Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Make sure you hit the link to my Teespring. Get 20% off promo code SloppyJoe, all caps, and give me a follow on X at @green_Jericho. So, Dr. Fauci, he was back on the witness stand for the first time since he retired. And they're asking that little rat-like piece of shit about the sweet and sniffles, the lockdowns, the social distancing, the shutting down of schools and businesses, where it came from. And he, of course, true to form, he's saying that, no, it didn't come from a lab in China that we funded. It's not his fault. He even had the nerve to say that he does not recall where the social distancing came from. He said it just appeared. One of the worst, probably the worst crime perpetrated on the American people, and you don't recall? You don't recall where that came from? He said it just appeared. He said he doesn't follow the research that basically caused him to close schools. He doesn't follow that research. How can you be so nonchalant about something like that? And I'm going to go out on a limb, and I don't care if I'm the only one on this limb. I think the COVID-19 / sweet and sour sniffles, lockdowns, social distancing, persecution of those who didn't take the poke, get the poke or else, or you'll lose your job, or we'll shut down your business, or you can't travel, or you can't go and be entertained somewhere. I think that was worse than racism. Yeah, I said it. Even when America was at its most racist, despite what the dummies of today might tell you, that wasn't as bad as the sweet and sour sniffles lockdowns and the mandates. Just because you were of a certain color, even if they told you you can't go here or you can't go there, there was another version of that for you. If there was a whites only, there was a blacks only. If there was a white venue, there was a black venue. If there were white businesses you couldn't go to, there were black businesses that you could go to. But COVID was for us all. We were all bent over by COVID, and they didn't even spit on it first. And that little rodent, that little squirrel in the park, that little ground squirrel Fauci, it wasn't my fault. I don't recall. How do you not recall anything about that horrible time in our country's history? Do you remember what that felt like? You remember the social distancing and how some of these psychopaths would react if you didn't obey it? You remember the persecution online and in person? If you dare not get this experimental juice injected in your body? These clowns getting on TV telling you the things that they'll give you. The incentivizing that went on. The incentivization, is that a word? We'll give you this for free if you take the poke. We'll give you that for free if you take the poke. I remember working for Trader Joe's. This is one of the final straws for me. They said that you had to produce a negative test in order to get another 7 days to work. Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, thank you for allowing 7 more days for me to toil. Thank you for giving me 7 more days to get sweat upon my brow. Pulling up to those, remember my family, we took a trip to Hawaii and we had to pull up to this bullshit drive-through COVID test where they stuck a Q-tip so far up your nose it might have had brain matter on it. My kids had to get COVID tests so we could fly. Oh, thank you. Thank you for charging me hundreds of dollars per ticket and then saying you can't use them unless we stick this up your fucking nose. Anthony Fauci is like a porta potty after a 3-day chili cook-off. He's full of shit. And he's a soulless demon sociopath because he sleeps like a drunk baby without a second thought of what he did to us. That little bastard. And he got up there and lied again. Oh, there was no gain of function research. We didn't incentivize people with millions of dollars. Companies and scientists, if they came out with the correct answers to the questions, if they came out with the right research. Walking around without a care, no prosecution or nothing. Meanwhile, you have Trump being convicted on 34 of the flimsiest charges we've ever seen. It is legal to pay somebody to shut the fuck up. It's legal. It happened 8 years ago, so the statute of limitations ran out. Nope, convicted. Also, they can call him a convicted felon, and you know they're going to wear that shit out. But Fauci lies to the public. Remember when he told you, you don't need a mask? You're fine, you don't need one. Then they put his feet to the fire. Well, I was just saying that so there would be enough masks for the medical workers. Now everybody needs a mask. Everybody needs 2 masks. And those same medical workers, now you're the bad guy. Because if you don't take this poke, we're going to take your job away from you. I knew somebody personally who did everything they had to do. They studied, they sacrificed, they got their position in the medical field, and it was taken away because they didn't want to take the fucking poke. Fauci, free to roam. Wasn't arrested, wasn't put in cuffs, no mugshot, no nothing. Trump pays that sorry bitch to shut her mouth, and he gets prosecuted. He gets found guilty. I know you've heard of Alice in Wonderland and going down the rabbit hole where up is down and down is up, but we're living that shit. You remember what that was like to live through COVID. Our children sitting in front of laptops, state-issued laptops, missing out on education, missing out on being around other children. The focal point of being a child is playing with other kids, and that was taken away for almost 2 years. There's an entire generation of kids who will not know what it's like to have a high school graduation, who won't be able to share stories of graduation and prom because of some made-up hocus-pocus bullshit that was created in China, funded by us. And the main one, the head of it all, the head of the sweet and sour sniffle snake, is on a beach somewhere with his rat-like toes with white sand in between them. Drinking a drink that's inside of a coconut with a little piece of cheese on a fucking toothpick sticking out of it and a little umbrella. And he's allowed to come back and lie to our faces under oath. Man, let me end this damn video before I drive my truck off the damn road. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. See how my phone's shaking driving on these damn California roads? $45 billion in debt? Do you know how it goes? I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Hit the link to my Teespring. 20% off. Promo code Sloppy Joe, all caps. Give me a follow on X too. I am Jericho Green. And man, I'm out.